good basketball game. I thought, you know, we let the end of the first half get away, and then we let the end of the game get away. At the end of the first half, you know, we were playing pretty well. We got Bader a wide open look. It didn't go in, and then we put Western on the free throw line for 4 or 6 straight free throws that they made. Got us behind. We came out, started the second half in great shape, and we missed 4 free throws. And then we had a 2-on-1, and we overpassed and didn't get the layup. And you know, at 6 points, that instead of a 4-point lead, we have a 10-point lead. I think it's a whole different game. And so I really thought that that was really, really critical stage of the game for us. When we came out, we really did a nice job. Maybe they did a bad job. I don't know. Somebody did a good job, or somebody did a bad job of guarding or playing offense on their end in the first 5 minutes of the second half. They didn't score. We got, you know, runouts. We had a lot of good things happen, and we just couldn't make the free throw or make, you know, that layup. So instead of a 10-point lead in a completely different game, you know, you knew that they were going to score eventually. And so I thought that was really the turning point in the game. And then obviously, you know, the last couple minutes when we went to the zone with a 3-point lead, and we made an error and let a guy, you know, they have a couple 3-point shooters, and we wanted to stay with 3-point shooters. We wanted to use the clock, and everything happened that we wanted. We took 35 seconds off the shot clock with a 3-point lead and 3 minutes to go. It was exactly what we wanted to happen. And then we didn't run out on Richie, and he made a falling down 3 to tie the game. I mean, it's just the way things are going for us.
It seems like you've been a little statement, and I know that your record isn't reflective of this team. But talk about, because you played some big Pittsburgh and some schools like that, how does this team stack up, this Western team, to some of the opponents that you played so far?
I mean, I think Western's going to have a pretty good year. You know, I think he's got a young team. I think Hutchinson's got to have a big year for him to compete in the MAC. I mean, I don't think the MAC West is you know, extremely strong. And I think they'll battle for the MAC West championship. I would be surprised if they didn't. I think this is a hard place to play. I think that, you know, they're riding the wave right now. They've got some young kids that are playing really hard. And the kid that just walked out of here, I think, is one heck of a freshman. You know, I think he's done a good job of reloading, but I think he knows he's got a young team, and there's going to be some, you know, tough nights ahead for him, and they'll have to overcome going on the road. I mean, he's got a great win at South Florida, so I think they're going to compete for that MAC West.
Well, what do you think about the Whittington kid? Because obviously he's improved a lot over last year.
You know, we didn't recruit him, so, you know, I mean, I guess that tells what I thought of him at that age. I mean, I'd love to have him. So, obviously, Hawk's done a tremendous job with him. I mean, I thought he was a big difference maker in the game. He blocked 6 shots. And at least 3 times we had, you know, close in and point-blank shots that he came out of nowhere and blocked. And in a one-possession game, which this game was a one-possession game, you know, one-possession game, a block, a layup, 3 of them like that. He had 6 blocks. I don't remember.
The Bader one, yeah, I mean.
Right, I know. The one, yeah, we ran a little rub play for Bader. He had a layup. He came out of nowhere and blocked. I mean, those are big plays. So I give that kid a ton of credit. And obviously, Hawk and his staff have done a tremendous job with developing that kid. And what year is he, a junior?
Yeah. Put on like 30 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be a force in the MAC. I really do. And then the freshman kid that just walked out of here. I mean, those 2 guys together, that size and some athleticism. The kid can shoot it. You know, again, I just think they're really young. They're not the most athletic team, you know. So, and I think the MAC on the road will be tough for them, but it's going to be tough for a lot of teams. I do think they'll be competitive.
How difficult was it for you when Valentine picked up the 2 within a
it was huge. It was huge. I mean, the game completely changed. He went out of the game, and we went from ahead to down. What did we get down? As many as 9, I think. We put him right back in with 4 fouls with 14 minutes to go. We got it right back down to, you know, 1 or 2 or whatever it was, and I took him out. With 8 minutes to go, I took him out, 8:07, because the 8-minute timeout was coming up. So I took him out. Before I could get him back in, they had it right back up to 6. And we got 2 right back up to 6. So he's our only senior. You know, we're very young too, and you know, that would be like them with losing Hutchinson. You have a senior that's kind of your glue. You can't afford to lose him on the road.
Talk about the play that he had on Hutchison, because he didn't let him get loose at all.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Drew's a really good player. He's a very good defender. He's that blue-collar guy that you need on the floor. He's the guy that's going to do all the dirty work for you and make the plays, and he does, and he did. And I don't even think it's 5th foul, you know. I mean, he just came running by the guy, and I guess that stage of the game you're going to get calls like that. So, you know, it's too bad it was his 5th.
Can you talk a little bit about just the mutual respect between the two programs and this being an in-state rivalry and what
Well,
that means
yeah.
to you guys in Oakland?
I'm glad we're playing again. You know, we went away a while that we didn't play. Hawk and I go back, I mean, when he was at Quincy, back in the D2 days at Oakland, you know, we played them a couple times in the NCAA tournament. We've been good friends for a long time. I have all the admiration and respect for Hawk there is. You know, I cheer really hard for him and his team when we're not playing. I didn't cheer for him today. You know, I really have a great deal of admiration for him and what he's done here. You know, I know a bunch of kids on the team too. You know, my son played AU ball with Klein and McCormick and you know, the other kid from USL, you know, and Perry was on that team too. And Perry's from Rochester, so you know, I think it's going to be a good rivalry. Got 2 more games left in it, and hopefully we'll keep it going after that.
Perry really made some huge plays.
Yes, he
for them.
did. He really, we didn't keep him in front of him very well. He put the ball down, drove, and made a couple nice passes. It was impressive. I thought he did a nice job.
But forced 11 turnovers in the second half. Can you talk a little bit about the pressure you were able to put on Western Michigan today?
Well, I think we're good at that. I mean, we got 17 steals against Michigan State. You know, I mean, I think that's something that we're long and we're athletic, and I think our defense is set up. We like to play fast, so our defense is kind of set up to kind of try to cause turnovers and that. But we also end up getting some easy shots now and then because we do that. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword, but you know, I do think that we are good at that. I don't think that's Western's fault. I think that's just something that we're pretty good at.
Bader got 18 points today, but it took him 16 shots on 5 of 16 shooting. Do you think
Well,
he's forcing it a little bit too much, or?
No, he can. The guy's a great shooter. He can never shoot too many shots. You know, our style of play is to get and go, and we don't ever worry about somebody. You know, when your guy's your man, your star, your whatever you want to say, you encourage him to keep shooting. You know, and he's struggling right now. But he's not the only one. I mean, Petros came into the game, I think, in the top 10 in the country in field goal percentage, and he missed some point blank, especially early in the game. I mean, you can give them credit for defense, but I don't think a point blank layup is great defense. And I think he missed 3 of those. He was 2 for 8. So I just think we as a team are really struggling shooting the ball. We're trying to find ourselves. We're trying to find our identity, and you know, this has been a tough schedule. You know, we don't play a home Division I game until December 17th. Think about that. We get to play one Thursday. We get to play Rochester College at home.
That's your first home game?
We opened the opening night Friday against Albion at home. We have not been home since. We have been on the road for a month.
Who does your scheduling?
An idiot. He should have been fired. I think I might fire him.
Hey, Greg, you have any advice for Hawk? He's having a kid tonight. I think
Yeah, that's what I
his
heard. I
first.
heard he had to get out of here.
Yeah, and I think, if I'm not wrong,
Is that
don't
his
you
first?
have one? Yeah. Don't you
Second.
have?
No, it's just that.
Is it? How old's his first?
2 or 3.
I mean, you got one at LSU, right?
Right. I got 3. One at LSU, and I got my final one is a junior at Clarkston. So
You wouldn't want to have one at that age now.
I'm really glad that the last one's a junior at Clarkston. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.